Room 13 presents. The rain fell mercilessly, a relentless assault that threatened to drown the world in its fury. Each droplet tapped a sinister tune against the cobblestones of the desolate street. Atmospheric gloom wrapped around the quaint town of Whitmore like a suffocating shroud. It was the kind of night that crept into one's bones, evoking an inexplicable dread. Charlotte Monroe slipped from the warmth of the cab into the chilling embrace of the storm. She pulled her woolen coat tighter, her heart a moth flitting too close to the flame of her own unease. Ahead loomed Whitmore Inn, a Gothic structure standing sentinel at the end of the winding street. Once grand, its presence had faded with time, becoming a forgotten ghost in the town's memory. She had never been here before, yet it seemed to summon her from a place deeper than her roots, a call she neither understood nor could ignore. As she pushed open the inn's heavy wooden doors, a bell chimed, an echo reverberating in the cavernous lobby. The inn was eerily quiet, a place caught between worlds. An uneasy stillness settled over her as she took in her surroundings. Flickering wall sconces cast long, dancing shadows that played tricks on her eyes. Behind a battered reception desk stood an old man, his expression inscrutable. His eyes, like twin voids, watched her with a strange intensity. "Welcome to Whitmore Inn," he intoned, a voice as ancient as the inn itself. Charlotte mustered a polite smile, her fingers tapping nervously on the counter. "I'm here for the night. Room 13, she said, as though part of a ritual she had prepared for but didn't understand. The old man didn't flinch, his face a mask, as if that lone room was never spoken of, yet eternally dreaded. He turned, retrieved a tarnished brass key from a wall of identical ones, and slid it across the counter. "Take care, Miss Monroe," he murmured cryptically, his tone tinged with an omen she couldn't grasp. The corridor to room 13 stretched like a cavernous maw. The carpet, plush with years of dust and neglect, swallowed the sound of her footsteps. Her heart matched its rhythm with a quickening pace. At the hallway's end, she found herself standing before room 13, its door a foreboding slab of blackened wood. With a trembling hand, Charlotte inserted the key. The lock turned with an audible click that resonated like a gunshot in the silent corridor. Taking a deep breath, she swung the door open. The room, surprisingly warm, seemed alive. Antique furnishings whispered tales of yesteryear. The four-poster bed loomed large in the muted light. An ornate mirror hung on one wall, reflecting shadows that seemed to move of their own volition. Everything was as she had dreamt, yet twisted with the eerie dissonance of déjà vu. As the night deepened, a disquiet seeped into her bones. In the corner of her vision, something shifted, a flicker of movement, there and gone. She spun around, eyes wide. Only the mirror stared back, its reflective face a chamber of secrets. Charlotte approached the mirror, her reflection mimicking her anxiety. She leaned in closer, eyes accidentally catching those of the woman staring back. Her own eyes went wide as the reflection moved independently, a mocking echo trapped inside glass. In that suspended moment, the woman in the mirror mouthed something. Silent words that Charlotte understood not from sound, but from a dread deeper than language. "Help me." The room's atmosphere thickened, and reality seemed to warp as if she were pulled through a veil. Her own reflection blurred and melted away, replaced by a scene of horror, a room identical to hers, yet marked by decay and despair. The woman, a spectral twin shrouded in ethereal rags, stood desolate and trapped. A voice, barely more than a whisper in a graveyard of silence, seeped into Charlotte's mind. "Release me," it pleaded, carrying with it centuries of sorrow and a desperation to escape. Fingers trembling, Lotta reached towards the mirror. As her skin met cold glass, a shock jolted through her, a tether to the other side snapping taut. Images, disjointed and surreal, cascaded through her consciousness, a cycle of death and rebirth, of souls tethered to room 13, bound by a curse older than the inn itself. Reality clawed back its dominion. Charlotte collapsed to the floor, gasping for air, free from the mirror's grip. Rain lashed against the window, the storm outside mimicking the tempest within. Back in the lobby, the old man appeared unchanged by the passing hours, as if time touched him with reverence. Yet his expression carried the weight of knowledge unshared. "What haunts this inn?" Charlotte demanded, her strength found in fragments of anger and terror. His eyes met hers, deep and mournful. Whitmore holds its secrets close, miss. Room 13 is its heart, a place out of time where souls lament. It calls to those with shadowed pasts, those who dream the dreams of the restless. She shivered, memories obscuring her reason. Had she been called here to save, or to join the countless wraiths? Did she bear a darkness she had refused to acknowledge? He leaned in, voice like the wind whispering through crypts. "These walls remember," he continued, his words heavy with portent. "But nothing can undo what has been bound by fate and folly." Charlotte turned away, the puzzle of her choice unresolved. Her sacrifice, what it might cost, dancing like a specter beyond the edge of reason. That night, the mirror's haunting reflections never returned. Whether it was her defiance or the inn's capriciousness that sealed her fate remained to be seen. When first light sliced through the storm's belly, Charlotte left Whitmore Inn behind, yet felt its shadow beyond, tangible, an omen for another night. Her dreams became corridors of tangled visions, her mind a tapestry woven with memories not entirely hers. She wandered labyrinthine paths, echoes of voices calling her, always leading back to the door of room 13. Forever marked, Charlotte Monroe carried Whitmore's impression in the quiet depths of her soul, knowing that some calls could not be silenced nor forgotten. That night had shown her that the boundaries between longing and horror, salvation and damnation, were gauzy thin, drawn tight by the cycle of haunted tales yet to be born from room 13. Room 13 had its hold on her, a chilling reminder that whispers of the past are not always echoes, but calls awaiting answers in the darkness.